Hi friends, today I'm going to show you how to make a fall flower arrangement, fresh flowers in a nice wooden box here. I have my box prepared and today we are going to use some burgundy mums, some Viking mums, some little buttons, some orange alstroemeria. They're fresh out of a box, they haven't even had time to open. Some Argonis. And then I have also here, if I choose, some preserved fall leaves and maybe a pumpkin or a gourd. And so let's get started. So I have already prepared my box with its Oasis foam in it. There is a plastic liner in here. I have water in it. My foam has been soaking in preservative floral water and we're ready. So we're going to just get started. And when you're using leatherleaf, it's just a nice base to cover, and we're just going to use all of it. So I just cut off the tip, and now I can use this piece as well, and I'm going to put it in the middle. So we're just going to create like a plant look effect. Nothing goes to waste here. And you want to make sure that you get your stems far enough into the foam so it is in there to stay and in there to be able to drink. So we're just kind of covering the mechanics here with this leather leaf. And you're kind of just wanting that, create that plant-like experience, how it just kind of falls out, kind of a natural, going towards the center. Again, making sure that your stem is long enough to get into the plant, or into the oasis. So there we have a nice greened up container. And sometimes you may want to like sit down, like if this is a table that it's going to go on where people are sitting, you might want to sit so you can see what their eye level is going to be like. So you don't leave any vacancies. All right, so we have our mechanics partially covered, and I'm gonna go ahead and put in some Argonis. This goes a long ways because you can get a lot of uses out of it. And I'll probably come back in. Look how much this has filled that container just by that one stem. It gives it a lot of movement and interest. Okay. So we're gonna focus around these Viking mums. I should say, I normally would spray our greenery before I would start arranging with a leaf shine, just so it had that nice touch. I failed to pick some up, so I don't have any to shine up my leaves. And fortunately, this is going to go on our table, so I'm gonna show you here on this next one. Again, just kind of turning it as we go and getting multiple uses out of one stem of flowers. So that was one stem of flowers. So you see these Vikings and most moms have several flowers on it. So I generally will cut the top out. So I have now 2 pieces. This is going to be one that I use. I'm just going to poke it here on this side as a nice cluster. And now I have these additional laterals that are long enough that I can poke in. And again, you want to make sure that you get into the foam and it's in there long enough that they can drink. So make sure that you can get it in there for a good inch, maybe to a ½ inch. This is gonna go, so here, I've cut all the laterals off except for these 2, and maybe I cut these and use them together, so I'll just cut that whole stem, and we'll poke them in over here. So there we go. So that's just 2 stems of Viking mums. So the alstroemeria lilies, I generally will pull back these top leaves, so then you get more of the flower as your focal. Again, these were fresh at the wholesaler right out of the box, so they haven't had enough time to drink. But if you know alstroemeria lilies are a long-lasting flower and will give you exceptional show and last for up to 2 weeks. So I kind of like getting them like this because then they're gonna just open up and fill that spot with all their glory. So I'm going to put one on one side and one on the other. And this is how they come. So I just bring my hand down and take off those bottom leaves, and then I'll just gently pull these top ones off around the top because we don't need them. And I'll leave these sometimes. Depends on when I put it in the arrangement, if they're annoying or in the way. So I'm giving myself enough of a stem there, and I'm going to pop it in on this side. Again, making sure I get it in there. And I am going to go get another stem of those. Oh, I have it here. There we go. So now that is a great visual all the way around the box. All right. So next we're moving on, I'm going to put in our burgundy mums. I probably want to put in where I want my pumpkin positioned, which maybe I should have done that first. I kind of forgot about my pumpkins, but we're just going to move this mum over here. Now you can buy flower picks from a craft store or a flower wholesaler. I have cooking skewers. I'm just going to give that pumpkin a stab. And then you can cut these to the length that you need to fit your container. But that's just about perfect. So I'm just tucking that pumpkin in there. Might raise it up because I think I might want to put some other things underneath it, or bring it down so it's sitting more on the corner of, yeah, I'll do that. Bring it down so it's sitting more on the corner of that bouquet container. I think I might try to put the squirt in there as well. Again, popping in a skewer in the end. And sometimes you can run hot glue onto that, so then it's for sure in there. And I am going to ignore the power of 3, and I'm going to go with the power of 2. Just how they're different sizes, they're different shapes, and we're going to make that work for us. All right, I'm just gonna now fill in with some burgundy mums. Again, with people sitting at the table, I want them to have a nice visual down below here so you're not just looking at the top of the container. And I'm just going to fill in, just like I did before, cutting that one stem of Mom's and making it go a long ways. Moms have a great lateral, so I can get multiple uses out of one stem. Again, poking in the middle, kind of, so it has a natural effect. And you want your flowers to be able to breathe. Think about if they were so compact in there, the little honeybees can't do their job because they don't know which flower to go to. They can actually buzz around these flowers to get their sweet nectar. All right, now we're gonna use some little button mums. These are tiny. I just love these. They are a nice little accent. They're inexpensive. Again, they have some great laterals. So I'm going to cut the center out of that, the top part off, and then I'm going to actually do it again. And then so that one I can use as well. You can also add some ribbon to your bouquet. And I want to make sure that I have enough stem to poke in without creating a huge hole, so I'm actually gonna pop that off. So there I have a nice clean stem, and it makes it go in easier. We're just gonna finish this bouquet up by poking in all these little buttons, and then we will add some solidago to finish out the bouquet, and maybe some fall leaves. All right, I'm gonna grab some solidago and we'll finish this up. Again, we can cut the tip out of this and use these strands multiple times. Now, if you'd like to add fall leaves, you can pop individuals off. I do like in clusters. And then you can tape those onto your skewers. So I just take my skewer, I put the cluster around there, and I did bring over some floral tape. And then you take your floral tape and just tape it onto your skewer, get it started, and then you just wrap and pull. Pull, twist, and now you can just break those stems off to where you want them and insert them in. And there is your holiday centerpiece for your Thanksgiving table. Thanks, guys.